All right, welcome back. Episode 187 of the Life and Strive podcast. We had our good friend Corbin Harris on the pod today. Corbin is one of the best guys in the Kentucky running scene right now. He's a 221 marathoner. He's a 66-minute half marathoner, a good friend of ours. And unfortunately, he just had to pull out of Chicago due to a stress fracture in his foot. However, he's planning to run the marathon project in December, hoping to get closer to that OTQ time of 2:16. Corbin is a perfect fit for what our podcast is about. The whole podcast is about taking life in stride, right? A lot of us have full-time jobs and we're going all in on training still, trying to find the time in between. So he's got a demanding job and he's still trying to fit in 100 plus miles a week and also do all the little 1% things that'll hopefully lead him to the OTQ time. So I hope you get a lot out of this episode. It was a great chat. And of course, if you liked it, leave a comment, leave a review, send it to a friend, whatever you got to do. And of course, love you, mean it. When we're running through Norton Commons or the Pewee Valley area in Louisville, Kentucky, it's pretty easy to spot Mason Construction Home. The attention to detail, the quality, the stunning design, you can't miss it. It stands out. We aren't just saying that either. Our own co-host Scotty trusted Mason Construction to build his forever home, and he and his family couldn't be happier. Don't tell Scotty this, but we're at his house a lot because we love the home. He's all right too, though. If you live in the Louisville or Southern Indiana area and are thinking about building your forever home or doing a remodel, there is nobody else to trust with this project than Mason Construction. The link to their website is in our show notes. Click on the request information option and start the conversation about what your forever home could look like.
We've connected online before, but we follow each other on Strava and Instagram maybe, and we know some of the same people. Yeah. But it's good to finally sit down face to face, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's it going?
All right. Episode 187, Life and Strive podcast. Scotty, I know I say it on the intro as well, but I like saying it here too. You know, nothing wrong with double dipping. So, but yeah, we got our good friend Corbin Harris on. He is a local legend in Kentucky. He's one of the top, he's probably top 10 marathoner in Kentucky history. I think Joe Beegler has a list and sent me it, and you were definitely in the top 10. 221 guy from Chicago. He tears up the local running scene, 5K, 10K type stuff as well, Triple Crown. So, yeah, Corbin, welcome to the pod, man. We're excited to have you. It's been a long time coming. Thanks for hopping on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Dude, Scotty, is it your time?
Yes, it's my time.
We're diving right in, Corbin. We're going to break the ice.
Corbin, have you ever listened to a Life and Stride podcast before?
Actually, I would say I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener.
Long-time hoo-ha.
I love that. Love that. First time caller, long time listener. Well, you know what's about to happen. You know, in order to continue on with this, we have to get through these questions. I start and end every set of rapid fires with the same two questions. Sometimes different variations, but here we go. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Just classic vanilla.
Gosh damn it. Excuse my language.
Corbin's my kind of guy.
Yeah. I know. One in the vanilla tally. Congratulations. That must mean you're fast.
You, me, and Rory Linkletter, bro.
Trying to be.
Would you say that flavor of ice cream does a good job of describing your personality?
Honestly, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And
he keeps jumping ship. I don't know why. What is your spirit kitchen appliance?
Oh, man. Right now, I know, Scotty, you're on the train, but I've been hitting the Ninja Creamy about every night.
Are you serious? Every night?
Every night. That's been, since I've got my stress fracture, that's been my calcium intake, is a Ninja Creamy every night.
The full pint?
I usually eat half.
What's your go-to flavor for it?
I'll do Greek yogurt with vanilla protein powder, and then I'll add some honey, and then I'll do protein milk, and then
you freeze it, right?
Then I freeze it, and then I usually add Cheerios to it just to give it some crunch. But again, it's just classic vanilla.
Dude,
I'm gonna do that. I made raspberry chocolate chip and it turned out okay, but I need to use Greek yogurt as my base instead of just heavy cream.
It makes it a little bit thicker and a little bit cleaner, high protein. And
that's true. Yeah, I always use heavy cream and then it's just stomach ache waiting to happen. Anyways, if you had to fight a hyena 1-on-1, could you turn it into a friend, or would it kill you?
It would probably kill me. I'm not gonna lie, unless I could run away fast enough. But
doubt it. No offense. Can you peel an orange in one piece, or is it gonna be multiple pieces?
I can. I'd say I'm pretty talented orange peeler.
I cannot do that.
What is the hardest track workout you've ever done?
Hardest track workout. So I worked with Jacob Thompson, and he sent me one that I did this past winter, and it was a mile at 10K into 2x800 at goal 5K, taking like 4 minutes rest after that. Mile at the goal was goal 5K. And then you're going to take 8 minutes rest. And this is where it like scared me on just like the spreadsheet. It said run a mile. You may throw up after this one. And then you still had more to go. But then it ended up being like 8 minutes rest. Into I think 4x400 at goal 5K, into 800 at 5K, 800 at 3K.
Oh gosh.
A lot of it was a lot of long rest, but it was intense. And I mean, the marathoner in me does not like running that fast for that long. But
Wow.
Recruited one of my college athletes to actually run it with me, so had a little bit of help.
That sounds really hard. All I heard you say is 5K pace.
It was a lot, but I mean, a lot of them was 4 to 5 minutes rest between a lot of things. So,
yeah.
Do you think that carbon plated shoes are hogwash, mostly mental, or do you think they work?
I think they absolutely work. I claim myself as a super responder to carbon plated shoes. I love them.
Love that. Yeah. What is your favorite flavor of sparkling water?
Oh, big sparkling water guy. Honestly, probably like a lemon lime. Just throwing back some reminiscing on what I used to drink Sprite all the time. So,
I feel that. Good lemon lime, Spindrift. I'm a big Spindrift guy. Do you have a hidden talent other than running? Because that's not hidden. The answer can be no.
Unless eating counts.
Like you could potentially win like a hot dog eating contest.
Probably not a fast eating contest, but I feel like I could put some of the challenges at like restaurants on like how much can you eat this, and I feel like I could hold my own.
Have you done one?
I've not. I'm too scared, but
dude, do it. If you can run a marathon, you can eat like a extra large pizza probably.
That's fair. Maybe I need to do one after a marathon.
Do it, bro.
I've watched friends do this twice at ice cream places, and both times they threw up. Two separate friends.
Have you ever seen anybody do the milk mile like in person?
Not
no.
Because it's impossible to keep it down. Like I think it's physically impossible because everybody vomits and it's so aggressive.
And then probably when people are vomiting, it makes everybody else want to vomit. So
yeah.
Danny's bachelor party beer mile throw up. That one's a classic. That's like one of the best videos I've ever seen.
Even movie. Honestly, we need to make some content out of that. Mike Korf has it on his GoPro somewhere. But he's got this picture of me on my last lap. And by the way, you get disqualified if you throw up.
Yeah.
But there was so much foam. And I was on my last lap, and I just chugged the last one, took off through the first 400 meters around the turn. And man, I'm just spewing. It's a great video.
It was up close and personal. He was also running so fast. I couldn't keep up with him, and I wasn't chugging beer.
Well, that's wild.
Impressive, Danny. Yeah, I think you were going to be sub 7, actually.
It was a close call, but if I hadn't gotten DQ'd, I think it would have taken the win. But
what about Corbin? If you had the chance to roll a dice, and odd numbers means you win $100 million. Even means you're married, right?
I am.
Even, if you roll even, you're never allowed to run again, and you and your wife are now dead broke, and you have to be on the street. Are you rolling the dice?
I'm not rolling the dice.
You're not rolling dice.
Like running too much. Appreciate my wife too much.
Great.
$100 million. What if it was $1 billion and your wife said, do it?
I mean, I guess if I got her permission, then yeah. But if she was begging me to do it, but I still don't know. I'm a little risk averse sometimes.
Respect. Me too.
I
Probably
am.
wouldn't roll the dice.
You got to be risk averse with your wife. Like that's just
That's fair.
yeah. You're asking for it.
Would you rather wear a hoodie or a crew neck flesh shirt?
Probably a hoodie guy. I'm wearing a crew neck right now, but I'm a
You
hoodie
are. It's an interesting question because you're wearing a crew neck. I actually didn't
What's
know.
the crew neck say?
guy. It is a champion for the running class, Tracksmith.
Oh, nice, cool.
Baller. Hot dogs or bratwurst?
Probably if it's an all beef hot dog, I'm going hot dog. If it's not an all beef hot dog, I go bratwurst.
Question for the group. Do they sell hot dogs that aren't all beef hot dogs? I feel like that's like the thing. Like I feel like everything has to say 100% all beef.
Dude, I mean, Italian sausage is different, right?
That's not a hot dog, though.
That's not a hot dog.
Oh, what
Even
about
though realistically it is.
I'm Googling it.
what about a turkey dog?
Well, because you definitely can get like like pork hot dogs, but I feel like people won't buy them because they're like, oh, even though beef hot dogs are still like all the nasty stuff left over, and they just put a bunch of spices in it to make it taste good.
Yeah, I feel like you get some of those. I don't know, just some of the just off-brand looking hot dog. I don't know if they just look wrong.
Oscar Mayer, they're like pink.
Yeah, I guess one of those is what I'm thinking of. I'm not. I would take a bratwurst over that. But
Yeah, respect.
Here's what Google's AI says. There are many types of hot dogs that are not made from 100% beef, including options made from chicken, pork, turkey, or a blend of meats like beef and pork. I'm like, okay, like a turkey hot dog, you don't call it a hot dog, you call it like a turkey sausage. You know what I mean? This is bad.
That's like a turkey dog.
AI. See, this is another reason why AI is not going to take over. He doesn't know what a hot dog is.
True.
Yeah, it's dumb. Corbin, you're a vanilla guy. You like
Yeah.
vanilla ice cream. Does that mean that you eat a hamburger with nothing else on it?
it is not
What's on your hamburger, brother?
cheese and mustard.
Whoa.
I sometimes a fried egg is like a classic.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I'm so behind that, but you just threw me for a total loop. I was gonna go with ketchup, but so you put mustard, no ketchup, no like onions, lettuce, tomato, just an egg.
I mean, I'll go ketchup at times, but mostly mustard would be my go-to condiment. If I need to have that on a burger, preferably brown mustard.
Danny, thanks for asking. What I put on my burger is I put mayonnaise, onions, lettuce, tomato, and then always I dip the ketchup on the side. My dad taught me you put a pile of ketchup on the plate and you dip every bite in the ketchup.
Wow.
Then it all
Okay,
say that
that's
ketchup.
classic.
You get too much ketchup that way. Ketchup's supposed to be a part of the flavor, not the whole flavor. That's
I like my
wrong about it.
I like my burger to taste like ketchup.
It's the same with salad dressing. They give you way too much salad dressing at the restaurant. The whole salad just tastes like salad dressing. You use half of it at most.
Fair.
Respect. Unless it's Panera bread, and then you ask for double.
Danny's like, no comment.
R.I.P.
Yeah, sorry, that was just a throwback. Okay.
Are you a runner? Do you need running shoes, gear, apparel, more? If so, I got the scoop for you. Kencom's Running Store is the best place to buy any running supplies you need. Located in the St. Matthews area of Louisville, Kentucky, the friendly staff will take excellent care of you. If you are a newer runner and need help finding the right shoes, or you're looking to get plugged into the Louisville running community, this is where you need to start. If you don't live in Louisville, check out werunlou.com. We have a discount code and the link to the website in the show notes, and the shipping is free for purchases over $100. I promise you, Matt and team are the friendliest people you can meet. Don't hesitate. Get your running supplies at Kencom's Running Store and support an amazing local business.
Corbin, this is the last question. I ask everyone this question. Why do you run?
I love running. I think I started doing it just because had success. Like it was something I was good at and that I also had friends doing. So found a love in that. And then after I graduated college, became something that I saw that I wasn't extremely talented and really didn't have that great of a high school career, didn't have that great of a college career, but was something that once I just started putting in the work, results started paying off. And so felt like it was just a way to prove to a lot of people that, I mean, if you want something, you can go get it. Results are going to show based on the work you put in. And so I'm very results oriented. So love that. And just a good way for me to, I think, like, just honor the people around me that have poured into me. And the Lord gave me the ability to go out and do it and also enjoy doing it every day. And so I think that's just a good way for me to glorify him and utilizing that ability. So
Yeah, I think that's a really like underrated and an awesome like why. I mean, it's a very relatable why. You just love it. Love
Just
doing
love
it.
it.
You have
Yeah.
the ability and love doing it with a smile on your face.
I mean, there's hardly a day that I wake up that I'm like, I don't really want to do this. There are maybe some doubles that I'm like, man, I don't really want to get out the door for a double, but like most every day I'm like, I want to go run today. So especially right now.
Dude,
Yeah.
you run solo most of the time too, so that's impressive. For me, it's like I didn't have the group. Sometimes it'd be a little tougher.
Yeah, it's been a blessing, like moving up to Lexington here recently, where there's a little bit more people that I've been able to link up with and meet with. At Campbellsville, I could run with the team that I coached some, but also I was in charge of coaching them, not necessarily running with them all the time. So
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Yeah, it'd be interesting to run with the team every day. I feel like at some point, like the locker room talk stuff would maybe like get a little old.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So, dude, let's dive in. So you just came off a nice PR, hidden gem half, 66 minutes.
Which, by the way, I didn't know you were there and I didn't see you.
Dude, you
but
guys were in the same start line photo.
I'm so pissed that I didn't talk to you. I don't know why. Didn't see you.
So I think I knew you all. I knew you were there from just listening to the pod, but I don't think I ever saw you either. So
My bad, bro.
I was never let PR and leave.
That's such a dude thing, by the way. Dudes can work out or just run the same route every day for years and not say hi, and they just pass each other. Nice wave. I do it in Forest. Like, I've been running in Forest Park for 5 years. There are people that I don't know their names. I see them every morning, and it's just a wave.
Your wave friend.
That's just what happened with Scotty and Corbin. They just did the ultimate dude thing.
Yeah, that's fair. So, yeah, PR, hidden gem, everything's going great for Chicago. And then what happened? You got injured. Tell us what's going on right now.
Yeah, been dealing with just some foot and ankle pain probably for a better part of 3 months. Didn't really know what it was, but I'm a manager at Starbucks right now, so a lot of early mornings. So I was getting up usually at 4:30 or 5, would get straight out the door. By a mile or 2 miles in my run, everything loosens up, all good. Don't really have any issues for it. So thought I was honestly over it. I ran hidden gem and was a little beat up afterwards. So went and saw friend of the pod, Kyle Bowling. And yeah, I saw him and just was diagnosed with just some tendonitis and tendinopathy, which has been something I dealt with in the past. Got treatment. Honestly, after getting treatment, I had like 4 days of like the least amount of pain I've had in a while, and went out that Saturday and did 25-mile long run, closed it at like 5. I did like 5 by 800 at 2:30 to finish the long run. And felt really good on Sunday, felt really good on Monday. Ended up going to the track on Tuesday. It was supposed to be 10 by mile, and even warming up, my arch was a little tight, but I'm like, this is sort of the same issues I was having. I'm like, it'll loosen up. Got through 8 by mile, and after I think the 7th one, I started jogging and like was having some pretty sharp pains. Once I was like, I'm gonna go try another one. Went for it again. On number 8 was having some sharp pains again, so I was like, let's just call it here. Couldn't cool down. So the way that the pain had felt. Kyle recently told me that I could keep running with the tendonitis. But most of the time that went away. This was getting worse, and it felt like a bone stress injury. Got an x-ray, things were clear. But went about, I think, 11 days before I got an MRI. and got in the MRI. And so that was last Friday, or not this past Friday, but the Friday before. Saturday came, or Friday night came, Saturday came, Sunday came, Monday came, still didn't have results. And I'm like, I'm not really hurting anymore, so I guess I'll go run. So I was like, I'm 2 weeks out from the marathon, so I need to get doing something. Ran Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, absolutely no pain. Did a workout on Thursday, 2x3 mile at marathon pace. But my results came in Thursday. Found out I had a stress fracture in my stress fracture in my foot, and then a stress reaction in my endovicular. And so both of those bones are like middle of your foot on top of your arch. I can't remember where the actual fracture is, to be completely honest. It's a C word, and I would say it wrong if I said it. But yeah, so ended up coming off of that, thinking I could probably still run because I haven't had any pain. But talking to Kyle, the navicular is a bone that if it breaks or you get a stress fracture, you usually require surgery and some screws put in. So just figured it was too big of a risk to go for it. So just turn our eyes to 11 weeks. I'm actually made it in the pro field of the marathon project. And so just trying to stay in shape and hopefully get back running here in the next 10 days to 2 weeks.
That's in December, marathon project?
It is. Yeah. Yep. So December 22nd.
Sweet.
We had a similar Chicago situation then, because I have a similar story. I was running on the track and had some pretty bad pain. Went to Kyle, got the MRI, had the stress fracture. So
yeah,
I feel like my story is like less painful because like mine was like earlier in the build, but like yours was like pretty close to the race, and you're clearly in great shape. So like definitely some like heartbreak there, being so close to the race and just having that half PR, like you're in great shape. You've had a lot of injuries. Like you're telling me today, labrum tear, sacral stress fracture as well. So exactly, what I was dealing with too, with that pain. How do you like mentally, cause I know I like spiral when I get a bad injury, right? Like mentally, I mean, how do you like normally react when you like hear news like that? Do you just like, is it the end of the world for you as well? Or are you like pretty mentally strong at this point after dealing with a lot of injuries?
Yeah, I think I feel pretty mentally resilient at this point. This one probably was the one that was hurt the most in terms of just like breaking my spirits a little bit. I think part of that was I thought I had a stress fracture, and then it quit hurting, and I put together a good week of training with no pain whatsoever. And then I got told, "Oh no, you're shut down." So it was like I lost hope, got it back, and then was like, "Oh, like." Pulled that away from me, and where it was also like no pain, I'm like, I guess I could run, but having to sort of make the smart decision for the longevity of a career. But yeah, the past 3 or 4 years have been a lot of ups and downs. I think a lot of times I just have to reflect on like I'm blessed to be where I'm at, but also there's a lot of things that I've done in my past. In college, I dealt with the eating disorder, and I think part of a lot of my stress injuries probably still stimulate from some of those things. And but yeah, it's been, I think every year for the past 3 years, I've had something. And so being able to string together a good 8 months, I was seeing a lot of positive effects from that. And so looking to try to OTQ in the next 3 years, I think it's just going to be a matter of doing whatever I can to string together a good 2 years and not have these big outbreaks. But I've learned I'm a cross training warrior at this point, and I've learned to be able to do that and be able to come back in decent shape. And so don't know what exactly it's going to look like, but right now in my head, I think I'm just going to have to stick with a day of cross training at least for training moving forward, just to give my body that break.
Corbin, I want to ask you something that I've heard about eating disorders. There's I know one other male that's dealt with an eating disorder, also a runner, very thin, and I've heard that part of the treatment or a way to address it is to acknowledge it very publicly, or show yourself maybe in a Facebook picture with a piece of food or eating a sandwich, or and kind of embrace eating food in front of people. Is that something that you've heard too, or is that made up? Or talk about more so like your journey with dealing with that.
Yeah, mine was so it was disordered eating, but it was all really performance based and not like look based. Because it was honestly it was accidental, really. My senior year, I went into track season. I was like, I didn't plan on running post college. I was like, I may run one marathon, try to qualify for Boston, and then I run Boston and be done. Didn't plan on really continuing running career. So I was like, senior year, I'm like, I got 6 months of running left, and I'm gonna do everything I can. So I just cut out eating sweets, cut out eating fried foods. So my caloric intake went from probably 3,500 to 1,500 real quick. If I got extras and like extra food in the cafeteria, it was vegetables. And so in my head, I was like, I'm just eating healthier. But what that turned into is I peaked during indoor track season, was running, 30-second PRs in the 5K, won our conference championship, won our national championship for indoor, but finished our indoor season, and I went 6 weeks where I was sore every single day. Had no idea why. We thought it was iron deficiency, but then I went to the doctor and was told I was 20 pounds lighter than I thought I was. So I went from 160 to 140 in the span of 3 months. Not even like thinking I was losing weight. Everybody around me just kept telling me I look fit. You look fit. You look fit. And every run I felt like crap, but I was running as fast as I'd ever taken, as fast as I'd ever run. So I just thought this is what it takes. And so after that, what was hard was I saw my performance increase by doing this. And so it's like trying to balance of like, okay, I see this happen, but also I know it's not like a full something that could have for longevity. And so it was a big balance of like owning it. The eating, I don't remember the name of the eating disorder I had, but it was an obsession with eating healthy. So it wasn't a restrictive thing, but it was eating a lot, but obsessing over making sure your food was healthy, like
Interesting.
to where it was a negative thing. And so I tried to own it, especially once I went into collegiate coaching was when I really just like took ownership of it, because I had athletes that were dealing with the same thing. And I think that helped me. Cause even like post having that, there are still times where I feel like there's a negative spiral and, like mentally. And so I think just owning it and like being like, this is a part of my story, and recognizing the negative downsides that it caused in my running career, helps me sort of balance that.
Yeah, that's interesting. I like what you said about like people kept telling you were fit. I think like that can be a dangerous game for sure. Like,
Yeah.
When I was in college too, like I was like really tight about food. I was like 135 pounds, which was like, so similar to you. I never got diagnosed with eating disorder or anything, but like, I would eat salad for lunch, chicken, rice, veggies for dinner, no dessert. I probably wasn't eating nearly enough calories. I was trying to get as lean as possible. And, you'd go on a stretch where you PR and everything, and then you get super hurt after that, So that's the dangerous game. You got to just, I don't know. Yeah, you got to be really careful when you're running high mileage, especially to just be like eating a lot, because that's a lot of bone stress injuries are caused by just, not eating enough calories, not getting enough protein, not enough carbs, stuff like that. So I like that point that you made, that people were like pointing out you're fit, because that's in running, that can be like a dangerous game where like,
it is synonymous with like lean, right?
Yeah.
We look lean. And another thing that I wanted to point out is like it doesn't have to be the two big ones are anorexia and bulimia, I think. And I don't know if they still call them that, but it's performance based obsession with eating healthy. And I honestly can't comprehend that, because every time I've tried to shed a few pounds during a marathon build, it's like not happening. Like I cannot go out for my easy runs. So I maybe that's a blessing for me, is that like my body does not respond to calorie restriction during marathon builds.
Yeah. So there, Danny.
Yeah.
This marathon block, I've tried to like
I would empathize with you, Corbin, but I cannot relate, man.
That's fair. Well, I don't think I could do it in marathon training now. I'm the opposite now. Is like if I'm not eating, like I used to be able to go. I mean, there are times, even like right post collegiately, whenever I was like still like in like my body was more used to that. Like I'd go on a 20-mile long run, not eat anything before, not take anything during.
Wow.
Now, like I can't imagine like going on a 10-mile run without like having something in my stomach before the run. So
Yeah. Scotty
Yeah,
takes the
yeah.
gel for every single run.
Yeah, every freaking run.
He really does.
Striggle, did I not say this morning? Did you hear it? I said it this morning on our run. I said, I think it would be easier to lose weight if I wasn't a runner.
yeah,
Yeah, you did say that.
Because
I
I
agree.
like when I'm running 70 plus miles a week, I have to eat like so much, or else with my job, I'm just like I would wither away and feel like crap.
And you're
competitive running
injecting.
is not healthy.
Yeah. At at a certain mileage, it's like definitely like you're riding the line for sure.
Toxic ass.
Yeah, and Scotty, you're injecting so much creatine, bro.
Huh? I stopped
it-
taking creatine 2 months ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I felt amazing the second I got off of it.
Really?
I don't know why. My body does not respond well to it. Seriously, I tried it twice now, and it's like my legs feel like my femurs feel like they have weights tied to them. They're being pulled.
Interesting.
Sounds like we need to get Brady Homer back on the pod to break this down.
Yeah, I know, right? Do you take creatine, Corbin?
I do. I started it like right before this block, and
Does
so
it tell a difference?
I don't think I can tell like a real strict difference. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, again, this block I've noticed a lot of my like power metrics and like just like natural like foot speeds getting a lot faster, and so I've seen that that's something that creatine can sort of help with. And I felt like I was recovering a lot better than I had. Obviously now I'm picking up this injury, but overall I think energy levels were a lot higher, and like even doing things like 200s, I was running 200s a lot faster and a lot easier than I had in the past. And granted, that could just be a new style of training that I've worked with Jacob for almost a year, or it could be supplementation. But yeah, those are some of the things I've noticed. So,
What do you like attribute to your marathon success, like post collegiately? Like you were a good college runner, like you said, you won your conference, won the indoor nationals, but like you've become probably your marathon PR is like faster than you ever imagined coming out of college, right? You said you were just gonna try to qualify for Boston, run Boston, and be done. What do you like attribute to your marathon success? Is it like mileage, or is it a certain type of training stimulus that you've been doing more? Or what do you like attribute to your post collegiate marathon success?
yeah, I think it is mileage and just consistency and like just loving the game. In college, I did what my coach told me to do, and I worked hard because I didn't want to let my teammates down, but I didn't do it because I loved it and wanted to do it more. And once I started, it was probably my senior year that I really started just like, what can I get out of this? And really just doubled down. College, I only ran like 70 miles a week. And I think that was about what I peaked at. But my first marathon I trained for, I ran 80 miles a week on 6 days on singles. And I did a 10-mile tempo. I didn't know what I was doing. I did a 10-mile tempo on Tuesdays. I did a 20-mile long run on Saturdays, took Sundays off. And that was, I did that for 8 weeks, and had success in the marathon, and just sort of kept plugging away. I coached myself for 3 years till I got to a point where I didn't really think I could take myself much farther and needed some outside assistance. And so, but yeah, I think it was a lot of just mileage, doubling down. I did have right at post collegiately, I did have a long healthy stint, and so was able to drop time pretty quickly early on. And obviously, whenever you're seeing a lot of success, it gets more and more addicting, and you're wanting to keep chasing things and keep chasing things. So now that I think I'm reaching limits and pushing my body about as hard as I feel like I can, then I think that's a lot of part of the reason why some of these injuries are creeping up as well.
Yeah, now that you've had a lot of these injuries, like I do the same thing. I try and navigate the way to not get the injury. Like I assess, I'm like, okay, what did I do well? What did I not do well? what do you think there's a specific thing that attributed to this injury in this block?
I mean, I think it was the tendonitis, sort of like my bones were compensating for that stress. Outside of that, I mean, this was the one block, and I think that's another reason why it's so frustrating is I did everything right. I felt like, even looking
Right
back
at the end too, man.
yeah,
Right at the
like,
freaking end.
I felt like I was patient. I told myself easy days, I'm not running faster than 7 minutes on my easy days. I don't care how good I feel. So I intentionally slowed down a lot of my easier days. I was fueling a lot more than I ever had. Even though I was waking up at 4:30 to run, I was usually in bed by 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night. I was making sure I was getting my sleep. But so I think that's more the frustrating part was like, I truly don't know what I could have done. I was lifting 2 or 3 times a week. I was in the sauna. Like, I was doubled down, and I got bit in the butt a little bit. And but I mean, I just, again, I'm trying to qualify for the trials. And I got 3 years to do it. And my wife gave me permission to chase it and do everything I can to be there. And so I think that gives me a little bit of that freedom to go do it. Is like, she's on board as well.
It goes a long way. It really does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so, I mean, I think waking up at 4:30, I feel bad, like waking her up for me to get up and go run.
Yeah.
But like having her support and has like helped me. I think even like now, like cross training, it's like, all right, well, like we're in it for 3 years. I had that permission, so I'm gonna go spend 2 hours a day on the bike if that's what it takes. And so
I got some friends that like spouses are not super keen on running, and then I got some friends where spouses are like all in, like yours, or the spouses also run. And I will say that when my wife started running, it's like the equivalent of giving me full permission, because it's more like an equal understanding.
yeah,
We both have to get it done. So I'm like, I'm gonna go run Saturday because you ran all morning Friday. I feel like I don't have to rush as much, like home Saturdays, but that's huge, man. Like having your wife's blessing, like Danny like made a comment, like that goes a long way. Oh, it does. It's like a breath of fresh air for you, because going for the trials is, I mean, that's hard. Like it's a huge goal with a lot of training involved.
Yeah.
7:30 bedtimes are, it's no fun. Like,
It sounds amazing.
it is amazing.
Corbin, what's your secret?
I've always been an early person. Well, it was funny when me and my wife started dating, we would like be texting. We're like, all right, we're going to bed. And it would be like 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Just when we like first started dating. So we've always been like people that go to bed early. Now waking up, like having to wake up as early, like it like helps going to bed early. And I struggle sleeping in. So if I don't go to bed early, then I'm just not going to sleep. So if it gets past 6:30, like if I don't think I can sleep in past 6:30, whether I have anything to do or not, unfortunately.
Corbin, you were made for kids.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious, brother. My wife and I, we have 3 kids, and when we say we slept in, that means 6:30 to 7 is our like, oh my gosh, we slept in. I get so excited when I get to wake up at 6:30.
Dude, I snooze.
My parents, even whenever I was a kid, they said their greatest blessing was when I learned to make myself a bowl of cereal, because I'd wake up at 6 o'clock ready for breakfast. And every morning they were like, when you could just pour your own bowl of cereal, like we could sleep in.
Dude, this Sunday, I set my alarm for 9 a.m. because I was playing Xbox till like 1, and I had to be at church by 11:30. And I snoozed it, woke up at 10. So we got way different sleeping habits, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
I got
I love like
8 or 9.
I think like, for someone like you and just qualifying for the trials in general, like you got to do those 1% things, the sauna, like all those little things, lifting. So like, cause like now it's, the difference between 2:18 and 2:16 is like massive, that 2 minutes, right? So it's like, it's going to take those little things to like make that extra little jump to that time. So yeah, well, they get the spousal permission, because like, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of like like time on feet things to get there that other people aren't willing to do. So
yeah, it takes all the little like the new trials time is my 8K college PR time. Like that's the pace. And so it's like I didn't run that fast in college in the 8K, and so I know like where my talent level is, and so now it's a matter of like, all right, well, like where can work and doing the 1% things take you.
Well, that's like
Yeah.
what Chris was kind of alluding to, is that you really popped off after college, and that's probably not that common for a lot of people. So maybe you're just better at the longer distances, and I think as a lot of runners age and mature, like they get better too.
Yeah, I think like a lot of runners when they graduate college, it's just like I'm done with this unless they're going pro. So I think it's like a small percentage that like really go all in on the marathon and the trials and stuff. Like you just don't see it a ton. Most people call it quits or, just run for fun, just to stay in shape. But yeah. On the topic of college, I wanted to ask real quick too. I'm just, I know you were coaching at Campbellsville and you just moved to Lexington. So this is your first year not coaching them, or, you just stopped this past year. I'm really curious, like, about, because it's a smaller budget program. I'm curious, like, what the experience was like working with like a smaller budget or like athletic program. Was there like struggles in that? Because I went to U of L, right? And we had like for a year, I went to U of L, and we had access to a lot of things. Like we had much nicer travel, much nicer hotels, usually stuff like that. Go to Bellarmine, bit of a different story. At U of L, I was getting free shoes, per diem at meets, stuff like that. They're just handing me cash walking out the bus. And, and it was always like way more than we needed. So you just pocket it. But like, at Bellarmine's, like I paid for all my shoes. I paid for all my spikes, like paid for my race shorts. Like, we got 2 t-shirts, that kind of stuff. So I'm curious, like, what was the experience for you? Like, I know you went to Campbellsville, but like on the coach side, like what was it like coaching and like working with like a smaller budget at Campbellsville?
Yeah, truthfully, I don't think I had too big of an issue with it. For what we had, and like the size of school we were, and I felt like we were pretty fortunate with the budgets that we were given.
Nice.
I'm never one I needed to. We didn't need all the the nicest things. We had a pretty successful program whenever I took over, and just had blue collar kids, and I tried to treat. The way I honestly tried to treat a lot of our cross country meets and travel was honestly, being a runner myself, it helped me. Like I wanted to set these kids up for success the way I would set myself up on a race day for success. So if I'm spending my own money for my own trips, like I'm not going to go out and I don't need all the like extracurriculars, luxurious things. And so I'd do that same with our kids. Like when we're traveling, like, yeah, we might not go eat somewhere extremely fancy, but we'll go to Chipotle or Qdoba where they can get some rice and chicken. And I'd usually try to get them a pair of shoes each year, something simple like that, and gear. And then I really just trying to invest in performance. So I bought like a portable sauna that we could keep in the locker room. I bought like a lever system so they could take like weight resistance off, little things like that. But outside of that, I mean, it was just conversations of like, we're going to have the money to go to the meets that we need to get to. We are fortunate to be able to travel a decent bit. NAI also has a marathon championship, so we were able to take teams out to CIM.
We talked about that on a pod before. That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So take teams to CIM. We were able to take groups. We usually go to Michigan every year. Luckily with cross country, it's not as bad. We have 5 meets. So we can spend a little bit more in travel because we aren't a track team that has meets every single weekend. And on the track side, I was just an assistant, so I didn't really have to worry about the financial side of it. But and I think part of it is I don't know what I don't know. So because I was never in a bigger program, like I just try to give the kids, like I felt like my coach did a great job at college, but I just tried to give the kids a better experience than what I had. And things that I wanted to do whenever I was in college, I tried to let the kids that I coach be able to experience those things.
Yeah. I like that. Like I know there's some schools in NAI that have like properly big budgets, right? And there's like a pretty big discrepancy between different programs in NAI. But I think it's like that's awesome that you did that. I think it's like a lot of like how does the coach handle these situations and like what kind of team atmosphere is he creating and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you guys always had a great program. So I was just curious how you like worked with maybe like a smaller program compared to some of the other like
Is this
Clean
your
update.
kid? Is this your kid from Midway, Kentucky, coming in second in the NAIA 2024 marathon? Jacob,
No,
Midway.
the kid from Midway, he actually lives in Lexington now. I did not coach him.
Oh
Our-
my gosh!
Our team got second both years that we ran.
Okay, I see Martine Battelle, Campbellsville.
Yeah, so they had him.
2024.
We had a kid, I think, at 11th or 12th.
Yeah, Jean Benoit
Marte. Yeah.
Is he French?
You guys are kind of sick. By the way, Jacob looks like he has a brother named Josiah. Who came in 14th.
They're both good, yeah.
Dang.
See, yeah, I mean, they had a
Did
good
you
program
guys-
down there.
You were solid. You have another in 17th. Oh my gosh. Is this like a team scoring thing? Like
Yeah, it is. So they take your top three. So how it worked was they took the top 50 in the NAI off of qualifying times. And how you qualified was you had to run 2 2-hour long runs. And whoever ran the fastest 2 2-hour long run average got in out of the top 50. And then you could get them.
That's so fun. That sounds like summer Strava.
That's
segment.
crazy.
Yeah. So we'd set up 2-hour time trials.
Like on a track.
No, I'd map out a route. We actually did one. It was out in your way, Danny. We did one in St. Louis at the park.
Did you really?
Really?
Yeah, we did. We were on our way back from a meet. So usually I would bulk. They would race on Friday, and then we'd go ahead and do a quality 2-hour on Saturday. And we wouldn't like rip. Usually you had to run like a moderate pace. It wasn't too hard to qualify.
Yeah.
If you ran sub 620, you got in. And my first year coaching, I had guys that wanted to rip, and that bit them in the butt, and we should have won the title the first year. But we ran pretty bad because they actually ran 2-hour time trials and they didn't want to qualify. They wanted to be ranked 1, 2, and 3 going into the marathon. Then my second year, they had learned those lessons. We ran a lot better. We ran what we needed to qualify and got in, but it was an interesting process because you had to try to get those 2-hour runs in the middle of cross country season. But yeah, team scoring, they would let you qualify 4 people, at max. And then they would take your top 3 individuals. So if you had 3 people qualify, you could count as a team.
That's amazing. So did you guys win in 2024?
We got second both years.
Oh man.
My first year, we actually tied and then lost a tiebreaker because we didn't have a 4th person.
Oh man. It's brutal.
Yeah, but it was
amazing.
What was your fastest runner time?
We had a guy run 2:29.
Yeah, the winner 2024 was 2:21:33. Jake Bearclaw, I saw his result 2:37 when he ran it.
Jake Bearclaw was in there? No way.
2:37 at SCAD. Yeah. Not
SCAD. I forgot he went to SCAD.
Yeah, he was for the freaking SCAD.
Do you watch his stuff, Corbin?
I wouldn't say I'm an avid watcher of it, but I have seen his stuff.
All right, last
SCAD Savannah.
Last place marathon 2024, 3:23:48, 7:46 average. That guy was cooked.
Yeah.
Big range. Yeah. Jake Bearclaw, he said he went to SCAD, which is like one of the best art schools in the country, but he majored. They had like one major that wasn't art, and he majored in that. So that's what he said. That's so funny. He was in that race. Dude, anything else, boys? For Corbin?
For the record, I would have come in 28th if we're putting my marathon PR in here.
Nice. Oh, I was gonna ask Corbin. Are you gonna give another good shot to win the KDF marathon, or no? Or are you done with it?
Probably the full. I'm probably no.
Yeah, I don't like running the full.
Yeah, I've never enjoyed running. I legitimately ran the full the 2 years. Just like neither of them were a goal race. It was just like picking up on some prize money. Because the half's always a lot more competitive. Luckily it wasn't as competitive this past year. So
you won the half this year, bro.
Yeah, so I was able, and that was fun. That was probably one of my most fun races I've been able to be in and be able
that was a lot of fun.
compete. But yeah, the full is just not it. Especially when you cross the bridge, and you would get over in Indiana and not see a soul.
Wait, they changed it back, didn't they?
You go through your corridor.
Yeah, that's like equally as bad to me though.
Yeah. I
I
can imagine. I ran, so my second year, what I was telling you before we hopped on was my big mistake was I was chasing Antonio. I went out, I was like, I don't know how far ahead he is because he goes out in 66, 67.
He goes out so hot.
But I crossed the bridge and you're at like 14, and the guys on the side were like, he's 7 minutes up. Or not 7, he's 4 minutes up. So I'm like, guess if I'm going to go, I better go now. So I took off, and I caught him by mile 21.
Oh,
And at that point, I was cooked. He ended up beating me. But I ran a half marathon PR from the second half of that race. But definitely did it all in the first 8 miles.
Dang,
Dude,
that's crazy.
I think I was there that year when Antonio won it, and he was like way out in front. So I must have saw you coming through. Dude, I'm pretty sure he positive split that by like 15 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think he won it 2 years in a row, and he positive splits it like crazy both years. But
It works.
His training is so funny on Strava. He'll be like 11:30, a.m. So I did 11.3 miles. Like he'll just like randomly choose distances like that. Like there's no like organization to it.
Based on the day of the week, he's ripping.
Yeah,
So true.
Like he'll just I have no idea what he's doing, but it works apparently. So whatever. Danny, you want to hit him with the billboard, bro?
I got a question before.
Oh yeah.
Go for it, Scotty.
One more question.
Do you want the billboard question?
Huh?
Corbin?
Sure. I don't have anything on top of mind, but I can come up with something.
I'll wait at Scotty's question.
Dude, so you're fast marathoner. I mean, 2:21:50. Is that your PR?
Yeah.
Chicago
2023.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. Like that's beast. Like you're knocking through OTQ, good training block, year or so of consistency, and you're there. What's one piece of advice you would give to somebody also chasing similar goals? Maybe it could be a Boston qualifier or a qualifier, maybe just to get under
For a sub 3.
Yeah, sub 3.
Yeah.
I mean, just like what's your best advice to somebody chasing a goal like that?
Yeah, I just think don't be afraid to go all in on consistency. You don't need to go all in on one day or one race or one workout, but go all in on the process.
What's that like for you?
Yeah, I think it's like zooming out a little bit. The reason I wanted to run Chicago this year was because in 2023 I went all in on one day, one race. I went to Chicago with the goal to run 2:18, and if I didn't run 2:18, it was a failure. So I didn't get to enjoy that experience. The whole goal was just like the whole training block was like, I have to hit this time. I have to do it at this race. And so I think zooming out and just thinking like, just show up each day. If you miss one day, don't miss two. Show up each day. And I think the biggest blessing, and I've talked to a lot of people actually about it since we made this move to Lexington, and like thinking about the trials is like, yeah, I don't even know what, I know 2:16 pace is 5:0 something or right around 5:10, but I don't know the exact.
5:08.
I was like, I don't even know the exact time because I've decided I'm not going to be so focused on hitting this time. I'm just going to try to get the best out of myself. And so for me, like, because I've been like granted the permission to do it, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to run, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to sauna, I'm going to run again. Now those things may look a little bit different, but I'm just going to show up. I'm going to follow whatever Jacob tells me to do, follow whatever my coach is telling me, trusting that. And I think doing a lot of little things, eating right, taking care of sleep. And so I think it's looking at the 1%, but also just like, if you miss something, just show up again the next day. And not beat yourself up over it. And I think that's even the process of like where I've been hurt and like it's a little disheartening is like whenever I got the news like last Friday. So last Friday I pissed and moaned for a little bit and was just like pretty upset. Got back on the bike Saturday and was just like, all right, something's got to happen. I can't just sit around for 8 weeks or whatever. And so I think it's just continuing to show up.
Yeah, there's a good thing you said in the beginning when you said if I don't go 2:18, it's a failure. And you said you kind of missed the experience of Chicago. We talked about this, Chris and I, with our Chicago 101 episode with Eric, I asked a similar question at the end of that episode. It's like advice for somebody. And he took it, the way he took that question was advice for like the Chicago Marathon. And I love the way he answered that, because there wasn't really a right answer, but it was basically like, don't miss out on the opportunity to like fully enjoy that experience.
Mhm.
And the fact that like, one, like the blessing it is to be able to run that race, and for there to be that many people in that big of a city, and to enjoy the spectacle of that race. And like for you to understand that you missed that because you're so like minutely like goal oriented for that race instead of like process oriented. And that's cool that you notice that, and then wanting to kind of change that and enjoy the actual race, and just see where the work gets you. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you get the best out of yourself, whether you hit the goal or not, it's not a failure. And I think because if you're so goal oriented, you're not going to get the best out of yourself, because you're either going to go out and blow up, or you're not going to make decisions based on what you need to do.
There was a lot of consistently good instead of occasionally great in there.
Yeah.
Jeff Cunningham.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also Chris Striegel.
Annie, would you like to billboard this man, or are we good?
I think he's on the billboard.
Hit him with it.
All right, Corbin, if you had your billboard in downtown Lexington, Kentucky, right above the third building, the big blue one, what would be on your billboard if the whole world got to see it?
I think it's sort of what I've like even just talked about it, but like, don't be afraid to go all in. Like, there's so many blessings you get from like fully committing to something, whether it's gonna pan out or not. Like, even though I'm missing Chicago, like I know I got a lot better this block, and I was able to see a lot of fruit to my running. Honestly, was able to make a lot more of running connections in Lexington, because I had decided like I'm gonna go out and put myself out there, whether it's like going at 5 o'clock to the track when it's open because other people are going to be there, or starting a running group up here, like just whatever your goal is, like just don't be afraid to go all in. Whether it happens or not, like there's gonna be fruits from it.
Dude, I need you to move to Louisville ASAP.
I'd love it.
Me and you, bro.
Except for Chris Striegel runs 8:30 on easy days.
Hey, I could do it. I could do it if I'm not running by myself.
True.
Don't have anywhere to go.
Straight zone one guy.
If I run by myself, I run a lot faster.
Yeah.
But if I'm running with people, I've found that 8:15 is like the run with people pace.
It's a good pace. Party pace.
Not too hot, not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. If you know what I mean. Anybody?
Jennifer Coolidge. That's no, who is that? Wait, what is that from?
It's
I
from
Legally
Bell,
Blonde
bro.
or something?
It's not Legally Blonde. It's
definitely Legally Blonde.
Is it? No, dude. I think it's the pageant. What does she do? A pageant at Legally Blonde?
Miss Congeniality?
I think that's what it is. It's Miss Congeniality. Yes, that's what it is. When she's the undercover cop and the girl is like, and she's like rolls her eyes.
It's Miss Congeniality.
Dude, I freaking love that movie.
Wow, Scotty, way to pull that one out on thin air, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
did not see that reference coming in this pod. We talked about a lot of stuff. Did not see Miss Congeniality coming. Gotta be
That's all we hit record, bro.
Dude,
Never
on
mind.
that note,
It's
in the comments, if you've listened this far, if you've listened this far and you haven't given us a review on Spotify or Apple, go ahead and do it. And 2, if you've listened this far, in the comments, tell us your favorite movie. I'm serious, because it's movie season, it's hoodie season, it's sweatpants season, it's movie season. So I want to hear best movie in the comments. Okay?
If you want to follow Corbin, I'll put his Strava and Instagram in the show notes.
One more thing. If you don't give us a review and you only give us a comment of the movie, I'm not going to watch the movie.
And he'll know.
And if you give me a 1-star review, I'll also know.
Pretty
Okay.
sure we can't see that, but maybe we can.
Peace.
187, Corbin Harris, Life and Stripe Podcast.
Okay, it's over. Bye.
Goodbye.